the customer experience, right? That's kind of my role, and making customers is very happy. Balaji, you've got, WNS, customer experiences first and foremost, right? How are you seeing the agents in terms AI agents in order to cash? How are you guys utilizing it? What are you seeing the requests coming from your customers, and how are you guys addressing that?
Almost every organization has customer service, customer centricity in their vision statement, mission statement, and so on. But seldom that's a very focused area. It's probably the most neglected area when you design your process when it comes to serving the customer and keeping customer experience in the center and middle of everything. So I think AI and adoption of agentic AI gives us a great opportunity to bring a lot of focus on customer experience. We probably are today not even aware of the amount of negative touch points that happens with a customer, which is upsetting the customer with the frequent times that we go and chase them for a payment, or asking for a remittance for a payment that is received, or resolving a dispute. Maybe the customer is not even at fault, but because the way the organizations are designed and organized, we end up creating a lot of negative experiences for the customer. And that's a huge opportunity here with the advent of AI, agentic AI, that with the help of these technologies, we'll be able to proactively, instead of today everything being reactive, we'll be able to proactively predict what a customer needs. And we'll be able to customize a very bespoke arrangement. It could be a collection strategy. It could be understanding proactively a payment behavior of a customer and understand, do they respond better to an email follow-up or to a phone call? Or, with the use of predictive analytics, understand the challenges of a customer, and so on. I could go on and on and on. And we have the ability to now have design bespoke arrangements for a customer to significantly improve the customer experience. So we're already beginning to see, I think it's the start of the journey, as the adoption increases and as data gets better and better, cleaner and cleaner, because that's going to be the foundation. AI is going to be as good as your data is. And as the agents learn in production, it is so important that you have good quality data. And once that falls in place, I think we'll be able to make a huge improvement, and that should then translate in improvement of your NPS scores, your VOCs, and so on. And that should then translate into doing better business and having a good relationship with the customer. So I think this is an area where nobody is talking about much, but it holds a huge opportunity in improving customer service, customer experience. We don't have good metrics to measure these other than the VOCs and the NPS of the world, right? And at the end of the year, we realize, why did the customer rate me low? I thought we had a good service provider, but I think all of that has a huge potential to change as we go forward with agentic.
How much are you driving of the change? How much are you recommending, and how much, I'm sure some of it, your customers, your clients are sort of driving it, and how are you addressing that fear of, that big, mean AI that's coming to take all our jobs?
What it really makes possible is immense, right? So we are, but at the same time, we are doing it with a lot of caution, right? Right up front, we make a very detailed assessment of the maturity of the customer to even get onto this journey. The ultimate promise of this whole agentic journey is to make your processes touchless, your operations autonomous, right? But there are huge risks involved, right? So to begin with, we don't even recommend people to focus on straight throughput metric or a touchless metric. We say this is possible, we'll get there. Somebody might get there in 6 months, somebody may get there in 2 years, depending on where they are today, what is their maturity, their propensity to adapt and evolve, and so on, right? So we do it with a lot of caution. That's first point. The other point is, it's extremely important as we adapt these technologies, the role of the people, right? Humans are not going to disappear. They are very much going to be there. Their roles might evolve, the roles will change. I keep saying, right, there might be a day where nobody knows what the agents are doing, how they are doing, because as people churn and new people come in and they are just used to the automated way of working, nobody knows what the monster is doing behind the scenes. So it's extremely important for people to plan and then let the agent perform and then go back and audit what the agents are doing. Are they doing right? Tweak it, fine tune it to further optimize for better results. Again, go, let it run. So this is a perennial cycle which I think will continue, and people have to do that. And that's what we recommend to our customers, that while there is a huge opportunity to get to 80%, 90% kind of autonomous operations, it's extremely important to stay grounded, not get carried away, and aim for the sky right on day one. Because productivity is one of the benefits, but there is a hidden danger lurking below the radar, which we have to be very conscious about. So caution is the key word. And let's understand, right? AI has been there for a while. Agentic is probably mushroomed into this big thing in a very short cycle of time. It was not a very commonly used terminology, maybe 6 months, 1 year back. But suddenly it's everywhere. If you don't speak agentic AI, you are not worth even talking to, right? So it's very early stages of adoption. We all need to take it with a pinch of salt, but it promises huge opportunities. So we are all excited about it. So we carry that excitement to our customers. We definitely recommend them for the upsides that it brings, but we have to tread very carefully, because we are in this for the long haul. It's not something you do and get out and encash the benefit. It's a continuous operation. So yeah, we'll have to be patient. And we've spoken about the importance of data, importance of process. We always design a process with a lot of effort. And we think that once a process is designed, our job is over, right? We expect the happy path to be followed 100% of the time. But that's seldom the case, right? We always have deviations. That's the real world. And that's what people are here doing today, resolving the deviations, resolving the exceptions. The advent of agentic AI is going to help significantly in managing those exceptions, but there will always be scenarios where agentic will not be able to solve for it. So you'll still need people in the loop to do that. So to summarize, I say that we are pushing very aggressively. We are very excited to adopt it, but at the same time, we are very cautious in our aggression. We are very cautious and very grounded, so to speak, in how we deploy it with our customers.
I am going to steal one of their rapid fire questions and go down the list. Where do each of you think that AI is going to have the biggest impact?
I think across the board, I would say there is huge opportunity right from order management in terms of capturing discrepancies between a customer PO and your order, to your invoicing defects, to your collections. For example, collections is not strictly a transactional process, right? So if you have asked me for one, I would probably choose collections, because a lot depends on the collector, how he or she is going to go about starting their day, what are the actions they're going to do. And all this is going to be hugely simplified with the help of AI and agentic AI. It really sorts out, acts as a smart AI manager or assistant to tell you, these are the 5 broken promises today. These are the 20 customers getting past due today. These are the 3 customer complaints which have come in. So I don't have to, as a collector, even waste my time figuring out what am I going to do today. The tool is going to help me, like your GI assistant is going to do the job and tell me that, hey, these are the 20 priority things. Attend to that on priority. And I can go on and on across every process, but since you asked for one, I'll probably choose collections.
And I appreciate that.
Thank you.